Spencer Sue here. I wanted to give you a quick update related to what is happening here in the Bay Area for those out of the area, but also for those in the Bay Area, a couple of things just to be aware of. We currently do have a shelter in place up until April 7. And so what does this mean? Non-essential travels or tasks need to be postponed until after that period is lifted. So ultimately, from a day-to-day perspective, as you can imagine, who will be hit the hardest? Ultimately, it's going to be the small business owners in our community, especially restaurants. I've read many different sources depending on the type of restaurant it is, but about 70% of their revenue would immediately be gone. So there's going to be a lot of layoffs already happening in that industry, from servers to busboys, and they're going to be struggling to stay afloat. So, I'm sure everybody has plenty of food hoarded up. Eventually, you're going to be sick and tired of all that food. So be sure to get some takeout or delivery, especially from these small businesses and small restaurants. They need our help more than ever. And so do what you can to support them so that they can stay afloat. From a real estate perspective, things have been clearly very interesting. As of yesterday, no open houses will be allowed to be updated online. I know there are still a few, even after my post yesterday, that for whatever reason, they still had open houses, but now they can't even literally update the open house hours. All of them have been deleted and removed. So no open houses. And for the most part, real estate from a transaction perspective will come to a halt. Mainly because appraisers aren't coming out to do the appraisal. Now, if you had all cash, you can still purchase. Does not affect that. Lenders and realtors like myself are doing what we can do remotely. So a majority of things we can still take care of. This is a good opportunity if you are a homeowner to look into refinancing. Rates are not as low as you may think. However, just depends on what your current rates are. So that may impact your decision to refinance. I suspect over the next several months, the rates will continue to drop. The rates are a little bit higher than they should be, mainly because the banks are at capacity because they had to go through significant challenges as well. The main things is they had too many applications, so they had to raise the rates up themselves. That's number one. Number two, most of their team has to be working remotely. And because a majority of them were never set up to be that way, it takes time for them to even get ramped up and to get things set up for home. So, if your rates are above 4% for a 30-year fix, you might as well go refinance because it's going to be likely at around 3.5% right now. Of course, talk to your local lender or reach out to me. I'm happy to introduce you to different lenders that can help during this time. So that would be a suggestion. The other thing is if you were still in the market of buying a home, as I mentioned, most things have been pretty much at a standstill. However, there are plenty of things to still do. Of course, you can reach out to me to have a conversation anytime about the current market and what I think will likely happen. You can get pre-approved. You can get your finances in place. There are several things to still do because the banks are still up and running. So those are the things I wanted to highlight as of right now of the current state of the Bay Area market. Of course, any questions, any comments, feel free to leave them below or reach out to me direct. And stay safe, everyone. Remember to support the small businesses in our community, and we will get through this. Have a good one.